Let's go. All right, guys. Let me turn on some background music, possibly. All right, guys. I want to just play some normal music on here. Welcome back. All right, E's in here. Thank goodness, got some humans. All right, guys. Let me catch you up. So Jake currently. All right, let's turn the music off. Jake moved to Nashville. Jake's here now. He just graduated Ohio State. In the process of moving, doesn't have his gear like fully set up yet. So I didn't want to bother him and make him have to set it all up. He's also I'm filming this. I'm about to go on a to a golf outing this weekend up in Ohio. Our buddy Potts. If you've watched the channel, you know Potts. I play a lot of games with him, and we're gonna celebrate his birthday. And another thing, guys, I guess it's just E. So E, you already know. But if people are watching this back, where are you playing? I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm in Nashville right now. But guys, I took a job up in Connecticut, um, so that's why I haven't been like streaming as much lately. But in the process of like getting an apartment, and I went up there this weekend, checked it out. Cool little area. I'm planning on like still posting on this channel. My job's kind of I'm working for the WWE, so um, my job's gonna be editing TikToks for them, kind of social side stuff. It's my title's like associate producer, so should be fun. Um, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. First big boy job, but I'm still gonna be doing some street talk for sure. And I thought I'd hop on here. I'm about to head up there like the end of this month. So I'm gonna do like 4th of July. Um and then I literally move in like that Monday. So uh got a job. So pretty cool. So this is like literally my this is like where I'm gonna pour out like my passion and stuff, and just gonna have fun talking about movies. So expect a lot of fun stuff coming out on here. I'm planning on like I just want to make videos on like my favorite movies and the ones that like inspire me the most. I love doing this too. This is like my favorite stream to do. What we watched in whatever month. Appreciate it, Nick, and thank you guys for being in here. I know we just got like 3 people who haven't been like super consistent, like only 2 streams since the last one of these guys. But yeah, let's have some fun talking about some movies today. Thought I'd fill you guys in. And hopefully my golf game's looking decent this weekend because I needed to. I needed to. I need to win. It's like a little 20-man scramble. So it's like broken down into 5 teams. And I'm going against Jake. So I'll keep you guys updated with that as well. Been working on the swing a little bit. Been working on the swing. All right. So let's start off. First movie I watched last month. And I know, guys, we're in the middle of June here. Very late on the stream. I kept trying to like see if Jake was able to set up his gear, but he's not like in his area that he set it up in. Like he's a perfectionist like me, so he'll get set up soon. But then I'm moving, so little bit of growing pains, and then we'll be back to normal. All right, let's do this. All right, guys, I started off May with The Fall Guy. Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt. I had a great time with this movie. Dude, Ryan Gosling's charisma on screen, it's just like unmatched right now. Like whatever he's in, I am 100% gonna be there, seated and having a good time. It's a director from Bullet Train, so they really focused on. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but they really focused on the stuntman, kind of the unsung hero of the Hollywood industry. And Ryan Gosling did a great job. And they even showed some stuntman stuff they did like after the movie in the post credits. I thought that was cool. Little shout out to all the stuntmen who are doing their thing and like don't have their name on this like poster like Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt do, but they do some of the hard work, some of the heavy lifting. I gave it a I think I gave it a 4. Yeah, guys, I saw this one twice. I saw it earlier. It was with Chase and Jake, my two brothers, and my mom. My mom was there. She had a good time with this. She loved it. And then I took Erin when I saw her later in the month. So overall, I mean, it was fun on the rewatch too. Good movie, solid film. If you guys want to check this one out, want to have a good time, eat some popcorn. It's fun. I will say towards the end, that's where it kind of tailed off for me. Um, I'm like, where are all these like explosions coming from? Like, it was kind of, I got out of that little suspension of disbelief, and I was like, wait, what's going on right here? Great corn movie, E. Yeah, so great corn movie. If you like explosions, you like action, you like a little crime thriller mixed in there, check it out. Oh, guys, and I have this now, so I can show you guys the video while I'm talking about it, so you guys can get a gauge of the movie. So new little feature here. I'm sorry, I'm new here. I'm new here, guys. All right, next one. I watched the roast of Tom Brady. I'm sure you guys saw this. It was huge for a couple of days. My favorite dude was I can't even remember his name right now, but he was crushing everybody on stage. Tony Hinchcliffe, and shout out Cam, my roommate. He loves Tony. He loves Kill Tony, his like YouTube show where he brings people up out of the audience and they have like a minute to make people laugh. Great time. Tom, I saw him coming out after this thing and he was like, I'll never subject myself to something like that again. Yeah, Nick's on it. He's like, I'll never subject myself to something like that again because like apparently his son was getting like heavily bullied after this thing, which I'm not surprised at all. Oh, Jake's in here. Yeah, welcome, Jake. I thought I'd just do it. Thought I'd just send it. So I'm just doing it on my own here, brother. Hope everything's good in Ohio. I gave him the rundown on the situation, how you've been moving and all that. But we carry on. All right, guys. I give this an NA. I didn't even rate it, but like, go watch it on Netflix. It's a fun one. If you like stand-up comedy, you'll like this roast session. And hopefully do some more of these. Let's do some more of these, Netflix. Come on. All right, Logan. All right, I'm gonna throw a little video up here for you guys to follow along here. Logan, I'd never seen it. Heard great things about it, and I feel like the hype is warranted. Like, I'm not like I love superhero movies. Like, I like Spider-Man and like stuff like that, but I'm not like super nerded out like I am like with Star Wars. Speaking of the Acolyte, what the hell's going on over there? But Logan was a fun time. Never seen like any of the OG Wolverine movies, but had a great time with this one. And I know this is like the last one of the story. And then now we have Deadpool 3 coming out. That's what inspired me to watch this. I wanted to see like what Wolverine was up to last. And it was fun. Good bad guy in this one. This is fun having the video right here helping me out. The girl did a great job. Speaking of this chick is in the Acolyte. She's like the Padawan girl who like tells that one Jedi that it was a dumb idea that they should do something else. That's her grown up in the Acolyte, which kind of blew my mind a little bit. But I had fun with it. I gave it a 4 out of 5, which is pretty high for a superhero movie. Um, yeah, you just saw Logan doing her thing. She's badass, dude. She's badass. All right, let's move on to the next one here. And I apologize if I'm talking loud for my roommates, but suck it up. All right, I saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, guys. This was a fun one in the theaters. It kind of inspired everyone to go back and watch the original Planet of the Apes, which, if you saw the thumbnail of this thing, I watched all of them again. Not the old ones, but like the ones starting 2011 up. That trilogy. I had fun with this, guys. Like I said, we're halfway into June now, so like this is kind of old news here, but I gave it a 4 5er in theaters, just like a fun time. The Nova girl in the middle kind of took me out of it a little bit, but like the dynamic between Noah and Proxima Caesar. Let's put a little clip up here for you guys to follow along here. I mean, the CGI phenomenal. I really like the beginning when we're kind of like world building. We're like seeing this world. Like I felt like I was like kind of watching Avatar a little bit, like with like all these big trees and overgrown cities. And then they have like all their individual cultures. Like his culture was the hawks. They like had hawks help them hunt and stuff. And then you got this guy Proxima Caesar building his crew and like going out and like getting all the apes and bringing them in and be kind of making them slaves. I thought it was cool in the way they portrayed like books as like keepers of human ideas, like keepers of ideas. And me and Jake talked about it. It inspired us to like want to read more because we were like, that's a good way of putting it. Because like, I don't know, that's how you communicate. People used to communicate back in the day. They didn't have movies. They didn't have TikTok. They like wrote stories and spread ideas that way. So it's cool to see how Proxima Caesar is like fascinated with Roman culture and implements it in his own ruling and stuff like that. But he kind of like twists the Caesar narrative. I think it's a cool thing. I had a great time with this movie. Like I said, 4 5. That's a high rating right there. It's a high rating. All right, next one. All right, guys. Three Amigos, little classic 80s movie here. Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, Martin Short. Guys, these guys are hilarious. This is probably like I'm getting excited. This is probably like the most watched movie in my household. Like growing up, we had this thing on repeat for no reason, and it was awesome. They're basically like 3 actors in the movie. They're actors, and they're like out of the job, and they need a movie. And this girl like sends them like, "We need you to help, whatever." And they think they're filming a movie in this like Mexican town, and they're like totally like they stick out like a sore thumb out there, and they they just have a great time together. This trio is awesome. It's a classic. Can we make some more movies like this? Let's do that. Let's do that. As you can see, these guys are goons. They're just like so out of place, and I loved every second of it. And there's some good bad guys in there. Talking about plethras, that was the first time I heard of that word. All right, next movie here. Oh, let's go here. All right, guys. As I said, I watched a lot of the Planet of the Apes last May. So, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. That's how it all started there. I mean, we're getting the Caesar origin story. I really enjoyed this one. It was fun to rewatch. It's funny they get, is it James Franco? think it's James Franco. Um, he's in this one, and it's a science experiment gone wrong. They're trying to solve Alzheimer's and do their thing. I didn't write a lot of notes out here. That's why I'm kind of rambling here, but I'm just kind of going through it. I wanted to do this for you guys, so I didn't miss a month here. But guys, go check this trilogy out. Me and my roommate watched it. Cole Barker. I just doxed him. My bad, brother. Uh, I like walked in and he was watching all of them over again, and I was like, I'm so down after I'd already seen the fourth one. Because he was trying to prep himself for the movie, and I was like, I'm so down to help out. One of the bad guys in here is Logan Roy, right there from Succession, which I didn't realize he was in this. Thought that was kind of cool, and great origin story. And we also get a little taste of Koba in this one, who's badass in the next one. We'll get to that though. I gave this one a 4. And I also gave Three Amigos a 4 as well. Forgot to rate that one. But next here. All right, so my grandma recommended this one to me. She loves Robin Williams. Jeff Bridges, if you don't know him, very classic voice. This one's like a 90s movie. I think it was made in 1991. So it's like a little older, but I like the style of filmmaking. Like, it's fun. It has a lot of interesting like camera angles to make you like feel like certain like claustrophobic in some senses. And it's like kind of like the grossness of the city, but these like homeless people are they have like a whole like tribe, and like Robin Williams is like the leader of the homeless dudes, and Jeff Bridges is like got fired for saying something controversial on his he has like a talk show, so he's out of the job, he's trying to figure it out, trying to get back on his feet, and Robin Williams helps him get back on it, as Jeff Bridges helps Robin Williams try to get with a girl. He lost his wife. It's kind of it's an interesting relationship between these two guys. Jeff Bridges said something on his show which forced a guy. So like some guy called in and he like gave some bad advice, and then the guy ended up killing someone. The someone that was killed was Robin Williams' wife in the movie, and Jeff Bridges feels awful about it. There's like a super big moral dilemma, and he's like feeling like he's like kind of paying his dues and like making up for what he did in the past, and his like whole character changes in the process. And I thought it was funny that my grandma recommended it to me, because there's some dark themes in here, and there's some moments where I'm like, am I like, did someone slip something in my drink here? Like, what am I watching? But it was an interesting one, and I gave it a 4 as well. A lot of 4s. I kind of need to figure out my rating system. I give a lot of 4s, a lot of sympathy. I need to be a little more harsh, but I give this one a 4. Guys, I'm really excited about the movies I've been watching this month. I've been watching a lot of foreign films to get ready for that. Get ready for some lessons. I'm gonna be coaching y'all up. All right. Next I watched Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Guys, this is the best one of the trilogy. This is definitely the best. I think it's the best Planet of the Apes movie. Besides, I don't know about the ones in the 80s or whatever. I haven't watched those, but I've heard they're good. But guys, this one, so good. And Koba, so sweet. Guys, I forgot to show you video of the other one. My bad. I apologize. Yeah, so guys, this is where Koba's in full form, Caesar's in full form, and we get a little clashing of heads, and it's like a badass rivalry. And the apes are like, they got their whole squads out here. Yeah, like we got Koba. I mean, Koba and Caesar is all you need to hear in their primes, trying to fight for like who's gonna rule, what's the right way to rule. Kind of like dives into some human nature things, like is ape better than human, or are we just like human? That's kind of what's going on in this one. Okay. Stand by me, guys. All right. I just walked past the TV and had this on. Zach was actually playing it. Shout out Zach. Yeah, like, I mean, this is a fiver for me all day. By the way, the rating on Dawn, I gave a 4.5, could be higher. I did have it a 5 originally, but then I had Stand By Me on, and I was like, all right, that's a 5. That's a 5. This one kind of like seriously inspired me to like get into watching more movies, because I actually saw this for the first time at my grandma's house. We had a little like VHS tape of it and like put it in, and I watched it with my brothers. I have 3 brothers. There's 4 main characters in this movie, and different dynamics of the characters, and they're on a journey to go see a dead body, and I cry every time at the end of this movie. And River Phoenix as the young one in the white shirt right here. He's in The Last Crusade as well as young Indiana Jones, if you don't know that. But this is directed by Rob Reiner, and at the end we get it's beginning and end. It's like he's telling a story about his childhood, basically, and how he doesn't have friends, like as good of friends that he did when he was like back when he was 13, and that hits hard, because like some of those friendships when you're younger, it's just like so special and powerful, and then everyone kind of grows up and goes down their own path. But this one kind of reminds you about just that childhood like friendship and just like want for adventure. So I love it. Oh, here's some video for it. I'll let you guys look around a little bit on that. Let's see what we got next. But yeah, I mean, this movie, I'll just let you guys look at this one for a little bit. And like, look at those mountains. The train scene, all timer. But if you haven't seen it, can't recommend it enough. So great. All right. War of the Planet of the Apes. Like I said, a lot of Planet of the Apes movies out here. Unfortunately. But this one's good too. I don't put it up there with Dawn. But I do think it's a good movie. I think it is better than the Rise of the Planet of the Apes. We get the introduction of that one character who's kind of like an outsider, like the little guy, and it's kind of like a prison escape story, which is cool. But it doesn't have that element with like, I mean, Koba's kind of in the movie, but like in like a flashback sense or like a imagination sense, not like legit. But I gave it a 3.5, so that's like my lowest of the trilogy, but I might give it, like, it is in the 4 range. But Woody Harrelson in it, badass. Woody Harrelson, what am I saying? Woody Harrelson, as you can see, he's like kind of ruling over this squad of humans who are still left, and he's kind of like a captain who kind of took over, similar to like Apocalypse Now. He's kind of running things a different way than he should be, and the other humans are mad at him for it. Yeah, this is a great one. It's a good one. I'd probably bump it up to a 4. I'd say it's better than Rise. Yeah, me and Colby had a good time watching this one, watching it back. So, all right, let's go to the next one. Lot of Planet of the Apes. Close Encounters. Okay. So I rewatched this one. I hadn't seen it in a long time. what inspired me to want to watch this was the director. Guys, if you haven't seen on Netflix, Godzilla minus one is now on Netflix. Me and Jake were hyping that one up when it came out, and it's out on Netflix now. Definitely a great time, but it's a Japanese film, but he was inspired by movies like Close Encounters with the Third Kind and Star Wars. That's like his two biggest um, just inspirations. So I was like, I want to rewatch that. So um, as you can see here, like the visuals in this thing, it's Steven Spielberg, so you know what you're getting. Anything with him and UFOs, like I mean, ET. This one, he's supposed to drop a new UFO maybe later this year, which I'm really excited about. Um, but like the visuals were kind of before its time. It's a little cheesy, a little corny if you compare it to like today's movies, but it's a cool idea and definitely like is monumental in the sci-fi genre, and it really inspired a lot of people back then. And I think it really sparked a lot of conversation about like aliens and I mean there probably was some like alien like Roswell whatever going on, but this was in 1977, so this was like the first time like the whole world was kind of opened up to the idea of like what if this was a thing. Um, and it's cool how they like have visions and they're like making the this like what they don't know what it is yet, but it's like a mountain. Um, and this is the top of the mountain where they be playing some cool tunes to the alien up there. Definitely go check it out. Yeah, it's like 40 years old, so it's a long time ago, but it's fun. Steven Spielberg, one of his best. All right, guys. All right, worst movie movie of the month here. Worst movie of the month that I watched. Give this one a 1 because I didn't know if a 0. I guess you'd give it a 0 if you didn't see the movie, but I gave it a 1 because I saw the movie. What are we doing here? I mean, this is like, hey, congrats, we got our payday over here. All these actors got their payday, but like, what are we making here, guys? What are we making here? I don't know who the target audience was for because like, I don't know if my dad would think it was funny. I definitely didn't think it was funny. Like kids would be like bored. But it was made. I don't know how this thing got made, honestly. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys here. Yeah, and I don't have like a trailer for this one. I think I downloaded a trailer. Let me see if I can add some trailers here. Let me just give you guys a taste of what we were dealing with. Yeah, all right. Ground control. Nope. Don't give me copyrighted. Here we go. All right. I mean, guys, let's just take a gander at this. Jim Gaffigan's hilarious. I'm not a fan of her as much. Amy Schumer. I like Melissa McCarthy. Seinfeld, I really like. The thing that made me want to watch this movie was I saw him give like that Duke commencement speech, and I saw him do like one of those things like when they always go on those like YouTube shows when they're trying to promote their movie. They'll I think he was talking about like his 10 essential items or whatever. And he had some cool items on there, and I was like, oh, I mean, he's like, go check it out on Frosted. I was like, kind of fell for it a little bit. I was like on Netflix, and guys, another Netflix film, not great, but I heard Hitman was great. I haven't seen it yet, but if you guys have seen it, let me know if you recommend it. With Glenn Powell, I heard it was really good. This, on the other hand, lowest movie of the month here. Lowest movie of the month. 1 out of 5. Because I couldn't give a lower score. But yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah. Okay. Boom. Ooh, I'm a little guy. Hold up. All right, there we go. Mad Max. All right, now I gotta pull this video up too. It only allows me to put 10 videos on here, so I gotta add these while I'm doing the thing. All right. Oh, hello. All right, guys, this one's awesome. George Miller. I rewatched it. Aaron watched the whole thing with me. There is some like weird, creepy stuff, like kind of weird, like sex slave-ish kind of deal in this thing. But we're living in a post-apocalyptic world where like water and like, as you can see, like materials are like super scarce, and people are just like living, and everyone's kind of, it's everyone for themselves. It's a free for all out here. And this is like, the story is basically one big long chase, which is never really, I don't think it's ever really been done like that before. As you can see, like the contrast in color is really beautiful. At nighttime, they shoot during the daytime actually, and it's like a dark blue. I watched this in preparation for the Furiosa Mad Max movie that came out. I'll talk about it in a little bit. I probably like Furiosa a little bit more, but yeah, this one was fun. It was made back in like 20, I want to say like 2017, maybe even like 2015. But yeah, a lot of action. If you like action, you'll like this. So, boom. All right, let's go back to this here. I'm giving you standing ovation at home for the score. Was that for Unfrosted? All right, guys. This one. All right. Little lesson here. We're doing a little film lesson. So this one I wanted to watch. As I said, I watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind. One of the doctors within Close Encounters of the Third Kind, who's like studying the aliens, or like trying to figure out what's going on, is actually Francis Truffaut, who directed this movie. This is his directorial debut, his first film. He was in the what they call the French New Wave, and they kind of founded it. They were kind of tired of film. They called it film de papa, which is like where they made films that kind of mirrored books, and they didn't have like cool shots. And it was really just like, I'm like literally reading the script, and like we're not doing anything interesting with the camera, nothing interesting with the characters, no like underlying themes. And this is like what inspired a lot of like filmmakers today, like Martin Scorsese, among many others. But this is called The 400 Blows. It's like a coming of age story of a young French kid struggling in school. Like, guys, let me pull up pull up a little visuals for you guys. 1 second here. All right. So yeah, I mean, this thing, I had a lot of fun with it. I have like a bunch of notes on it because I've been meaning to watch it. He made it for this guy named Andre Bazin, who kind of helped found the movement. And obviously it's based in Paris. Yeah, so this was like in the late, I think it was made in 1959. So kind of like in normal Hollywood, you're kind of getting like the classic, come here, honey, like whatever in America. And then this was going on in France. Like they're kind of like reinventing the wheel a little bit, and like reinventing how like what cinema can be, and kind of like commenting on like social issues. And this kid's like, his teacher's kind of stinks. His parents there's a rough life at home, but when he's like out on his own, like he's like adventuring like through the city, and trying to like find his way through here. A lot of interesting shots. A lot of directors like learned a lot from this thing. Like there's a lot of continuous shots. We're like holding the camera a little longer than we're supposed to. Like you would think like you might go to another shot, but like we'll like hold, we'll like sit with it, like make you think. Um this is probably like the stereotypical like pretentious like movie that people are like, oh yeah, like 400 Blows, my favorite movie. Like if you want to sound like a dude who's dialed in with the film, but uh, I recommend it. I gave it a fiver, just because of like what it did for cinema, and like you hear about this thing from all kinds of directors and just how it was inspirational to them. Um, and I just love like my favorite movie is La Haine, which is also made in France. So a little connection there as well. That one's pretty similar to this one, but La Haine's definitely better in my opinion. This one's more bare bones. Obviously, it was made like probably 30 years before. So this thing inspired a lot of films after it. But that's all I'll say about that. I don't want to bore you guys too much, but this like inspired a lot of films you see today. Okay. Next. Tires, guys. Some variety. We're getting some variety in here. Just that we're talking about a 50-year-old French movie. Now we're I mean it's probably older than 50 years, but guys, Tires, Shane Gillis. I had a lot of fun with this. This was like a nice little like refreshing 6-episode, like 20 minutes max an episode TV show. And it got re-upped for a new season like before it even aired. So like the people at Netflix really liked it. And I feel like they could have a lot of fun with this. This could be like our generation's like The Office, but like I mean, this thing's mainly focused on comedy. They need to add some more like interesting characters for it to like be like a show that can stand on its 2 feet for a while. Like I'm not knocking it now. Like Shane Gillis did this thing like with his own money, his budget. He actually used to work at a tire shop back in the day. So like he has some inside stories, some inside information of like what goes on over there. And I mean, I had fun with that. It's a fun concept, and I could see it. Like Netflix is probably like, here's a lot of money, go make this thing like the next big show for our platform. So, hey, shout out Gillis. Yeah, and there's some funny like this one guy comes like he's like a high school buddy. He's like this ginger guy who's also a comedian who's like blowing up now from the show. And he's like kind of like bragging about how much money he makes and like all this stuff. And I'm just like, Shane's just hilarious. And it's really like anyone can laugh at this thing. Like a little crude, but I mean, it's fun. It's fun that way. All right. Furiosa. Okay. I'm going to talk about this one quick because I know people didn't really enjoy this one as much. Walking out of the theater, I gave it a 4.5, so I had like a lot of fun with it. This thing definitely experimented like a lot more than the original Mad Max, and I thought it was like shot cooler. People were like complaining about the CGI, but I really liked Chris Hemsworth and like his dynamic with Anya Taylor-Joy. Like I thought it was a really cool story. We actually like got a legit storyline. The first one is kind of like, car, let's go get that car. And then this one's like, they don't know like she's this girl, like she kind of like blends in and like she's really good at making things. And here, let me just get a little video up so I can show you guys what I'm talking about here. All right. This thing, guys, this thing did not perform well at the box office at all. This thing kind of flopped. I'm gonna be honest. They were probably expecting it to be pretty big for them. I think it lost some money, unfortunately. But like I know Anya Taylor-Joy was like this was like the hardest movie of all time for me to film, like because she's like getting all this dirt on her face and like out in the desert for however long. Um, and apparently everything like that they used on set was like from reused materials. So like they straight up like built these cars, like built these things, and um, it was fun. Yeah, we kind of like it's her odyssey. Like she's the girl with the who's driving the big the big semi truck looking thing in the first one, where we get her from when she's little to the end. And there's like all these like ravagers and scavengers. Chris Hemsworth doesn't even look like himself. He's got that big old nose on him. Um, they can't keep making prequel movies from the past. Yeah, they didn't need to do this, but um, how did the other one end? I mean, there wasn't really a story after the other Mad Max one, but I guess the studio probably came to George Miller and was like, "We want you to make another one," and he was like, "Oh, I'll just do like this Furiosa girl who was kind of like a mysterious character in the first one." Um, I did enjoy it, but I agree they can't be keep doing prequels, especially in the Star Wars universe with the Acolyte right now, guys. What's going on? I'm opting out of watching the rest of the Acolyte because I don't want to support it because every time someone watches it, it's like another number ticked on there. It's like, guys, it's like this. Train crashes are awful things. You don't want to see it, like you hate to see it, but you're interested. Like if there's a train crash under your right, you're not going to look away. You're going to watch the train crash. Same thing with Star Wars. It's like kind of it's mildly entertaining to see how like legit bad it is, and like all these YouTube videos are doing really well because people are like absolutely crushing it. But we really just want good stories, and we don't want a train crash. You don't want like. There's a lot of people who like. I don't know. I don't even want to get into it, guys. But let's just stick to the cool storytelling. Let's look at the original trilogy, what made that great, and let's make movies off of that. The TV show stuff, I don't know if I'm on board with. Just because it's like drawn out the way they're just like making filler episodes and changing things in Star Wars lore that like shouldn't be changed. That's all I'm gonna say about that, guys. But it's really sad for it. Shout out to Star Wars community right now. It's sad times. I mean, I got my lightsaber back there. I want to throw it away at this point. All right, guys, a little rant right there, but deserved. All right, this is another old one, guys. So just bear with me. I'm not gonna kill you guys too much here. Here, wait. I gotta take one of these off. One sec. I'm gonna put a little visual here for you guys. All right. So this is the within the Italian neo-realism. Like this is like their version of the French New Wave, but it's a little different. It's very simple, as you can see there. But this was like post World War II, and they're really telling like just real stories. Like they're really focused on realism. I don't know what neo means, but like I probably should. But like some of these words get a little too big, a little too over my head. I didn't live through it, so it's hard for me to like process it sometimes. But when I go and watch it, I can see what they're talking about, and it's just you get a little like glimpse into like what the world was like post in post World War II Italy. Like it's hard to get a job. Like it's cool to see like soccer was still a big deal back then. But this is just like a little story about this guy who got a job. He needs a bicycle for his job. He's pumped about his new bike, and then somebody takes it from him, and he like doesn't know if he's going to be able to provide for his family. So him and his son like look for the guy who stole his bicycle. But that's basically the story. But it gets really real. And it's got some fun like Italian music in it. Like I felt like I was transported to Italy a little bit, but this thing was made back in the day. Man. Dude, 1948. You kidding me? We're making movies in 1948. But this thing, like I've been saying about all these movies, the reason I'm watching it is because they inspired people who I enjoy watching. But yeah, I thought I'd watch it, and I wanted to see what that movement was like, the like Italian neorealism movement. And then the French New Wave's like, in my opinion, cooler just because they use cool camera angles. They'll like do like dolly shots and like all kinds of stuff to like spice it up a little bit. But the Bicycle Thieves is purely storytelling, and it's almost like they're shooting what would it be considered, like a, guys, what's it called when you I can't remember, man. Like when you're going to film something in real life, not a biography. It's a going a little blank here. I heard some footsteps and it shook me up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. All right, hold up. Let me get this out so I can. Documentary. Nick, you need to take my job over here. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Documentary. It's documentary style. So there's some like long shots from far away, and we're really feeling like we're in Italy here. All right, that's it with that one. Sorry, guys. But I didn't enjoy it as much as 400 Blows. I gave it a 4. All right, this is the last one of the month here. And let me... Thank you, Nick. Appreciate you, bro. Whoa. All right, dude. Yeah. I mean, you could hear from the music there. There's just constant theme throughout. It's kind of mysterious, kind of a lot of smoke, a lot of grime. This is Martin Scorsese's, like one of his most talked about films. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Nate. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. I gave this a 4.5. It came out in 1976. This inspired La Haine, my favorite movie, which is awesome. So I wanted to see the origins of that. Young Robert De Niro. There's a lot of interesting characters and like kind of careers that were started. I think he like became a, like Robert De Niro, like straight up became a taxi driver, like so he could get like a feel for like the job, and he was just like driving around and like picking people up and stuff like that. I can't remember. I think he was in Godfather 2. Was it before this or after this? Yeah, so he was in Godfather 2 2 years before this movie. Or 2 years, yeah, 2 years prior. And like he was just starting to make a name for himself, and these two movies back to back like really put him into the stratosphere. It's a fun one though, and one of my favorite scenes probably when like the guy comes over and he's trying to like sell him these guns, and he's like this one's cool. Like weird. That scene was like way too long, and it was awesome. I enjoyed it, and like when he's laying him out like that right there. Um, I thought that was a cool scene. Um, yeah. Not too much to say about this one. Takes a little bit of a turn, a little bit of a tough watch. That actor right there, that actress, she's the girl in the brain machine. Yes, the brain machine. Silence of the Lambs. There we go. Jodie Foster, I think. And this guy's trying to get with some chicks, but he's also like down on his luck, down on his life a little bit, like kind of a wise guy. Thinks he's smart, but his brain, like the way his brain processes, is like so out there. Um, like he'll go to. He tried to take a girl to a movie, and he took her to like an X-rated movie, like and thought it was like completely normal. Like this guy's mentally whack, and I think he was in the war, so that like probably contributed to uh, what was going on. I think Vietnam was probably going around this time. So yeah, you get a little cool city flick, a lot of colors, a lot of lighting, a lot of cool shots. Kind of learn from the master Martin Scorsese. So all right, guys. I'm glad I did that for you guys. I had fun talking about some movies today. Sorry I had to do it on my own. Jake's up in Ohio. I'm about to see him later today, and about to make the trek up there. Appreciate you guys. Once again, I'm moving soon, so bear with me. But this is like the channel where, like, now that I have a job now, I'm gonna be doing my job, which is like editing for WWE, and then I also want to just have this be like a place where I can just be passionate and just kind of talk about movies I enjoy. Obviously, I want to keep this what we watched in whatever month. I want to keep it going, but yeah, I'm happy to be on here, talk some movies. It's fun for me to do, and maybe I'll do some. What I want to do is just like detailed breakdowns. It's hard to like talk off the top of my head like about everything. Um, I just want to make like dedicated videos to like each movie, and then I'd talk about it in this as well. But I'd be like referring back to, you guys saw the video I made. Like I really enjoyed this one. Go check it out if you want a more detailed explanation. But it's hard for me because I mean there's like 20 movies I watch, so it's up there. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a great rest of the day. I'm gonna try to get my golf game dialed in. If you guys have any tips, let me know. I'm really trying to focus on like not rocking. I was playing really well for a little bit, and then I started hitting on the turf, like the turf driving range. Screwed up my swing, dude. Screwed up my swing. But hopefully I went back to the range the other day, and hopefully it's back dialed in. But I won't bore you guys too much more. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Have a great weekend. Let's go. Almost 4th of July. My birthday's coming up Tuesday, so excited about that. Turning 24, getting old out here. So hell yeah. I'll see you guys later. Peace.